Former President Donald Trump claims victory in the Iowa caucus. What the results mean for Californians.
The neglect of the city is responsible for what we're looking at right now.
A notice of demolition at the OB Pier. What happens next?
We are more feared right now. We are scared.
A burglary in Carmel Valley, and the homeowner says the method was familiar.
Humans may not know that they're being exposed to every day.
So many foods packaged in plastic, the harmful chemicals in all of this, and the impact on our health in this Earth 8 report. It's 6 a.m. on Tuesday, January 16th, and you're up with CBS 8.
Hello, and thanks so much for being here at 6 a.m. on this Tuesday. I'm Eric Connard.
And I'm Nada Rampur. We're going to start this hour with a check of your forecast. Meteorologist Evan Narani standing by here. What's going on for today?
A little bit of fog out there, more fog than we had yesterday morning, but it is allowing for some warmer overnight temperatures, so we can celebrate that. By the afternoon, we'll also be warming up a few degrees compared to yesterday. Some low 70s that we'll see this afternoon, especially as you make your way farther off to the east. So along the coastline, still trending a few degrees shy of average. Average would still be 67 along the coastline, but inland average would be close to that, 67, and it looks like we'll be above that by a few degrees. Partly cloudy conditions expected. Here is visibility as you walk out the door. Just make sure to reduce your speeds a bit if you're encountering some of that reduced visibility. Coming up in just a bit, we'll talk about the marine layer that is going to rebuild tonight into tomorrow. We'll also be talking about that chance of rain again as we get into the upcoming weekend. Back to you.
All right, Evan, the results are officially in here this morning. Former President Donald Trump is the projected winner in the Iowa Republican caucuses.
But for voters here in California, what does this mean for the 2024 presidential race? CBS 8's Chris Groh joining us live in studio now to explain what we need to look out for in the next set of primary elections.
Yeah, good morning, Eric and Netta, and it's really about what these candidates will be saying to voters. We heard what the pitches were here in Iowa, and they tried to get those voters to go out for them in frigid temps, but that hot race in Iowa, it is now done for that state caucus. Both candidates and voters, they battled the elements there for a tradition that they say cannot be missed.
Hey, get excited.
Iowa loves this. We love the caucuses.
It's been a challenging last 24 hours.
Now, former President Donald Trump was projected to and did indeed take home first place in a historic victory. But where it was tight was actually the battle for number two. Who would it be? Florida Governor Ron DeSantis or former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley? Well, Governor DeSantis edged out Haley despite recent polling. Haley did finish third. Fourth place finisher Vivek Ramaswamy, an Ohio businessman and entrepreneur, actually ended up dropping out of the race after that finish and endorsed former President Trump. Now, in the end, this is still only a state that carries 40 delegates. However, it carries big weight on how much more money candidates can receive to carry on from donors in the party. Next up, of course, is New Hampshire, which some political analysts point out has a different Republican voter base than Iowa. Now, our sister station spoke with San Joaquin Delta University political science professor Joel Blank. He says how Iowa voters decide isn't necessarily how other voters in other states' primaries will go. And while California will likely go blue in the presidential election, the Republican primary is still important to voters.
California is a very democratic state, so I don't think there's any question that it'll go Democratic in 2024. It's more just a question who the opposition will be.
Now, New Hampshire's primary takes place on January 23rd. California's is on March 5th. Eric?
All right, Chris. So, yes, we are 49 days away from the primary election right here in California, but some important dates are coming up soon. You will get a ballot in the mail the week of February 4th. You can drop it off starting February 6th. And if you want to vote in person, you can go to the registrar's office starting on February 5th.
Right now, there is a new notice on the gate of the Ocean Beach Pier warning people of a big change that's coming.
Yeah, an application has been filed with the city of San Diego for the demolition of the pier. CBS 8's Regina Yorita live on Ocean Beach with details on this notice and how people are reacting to all this. Regina?
Yeah, good morning, guys. And that notice, you can actually find it hung outside of the entrance gates of that pier, letting people know that the city of San Diego has filed for a permit to demolish the pier. Of course, it's raised some concern from locals, especially those who are regulars and visit the pier all the time. So again, the notice from the city of San Diego's Development Services Department reads, an application has been filed with the city for a site development permit demolition and replacement of the OB pier. The pier has been closed on different occasions since October. Over the past 5 years, the city has spent nearly $2 million on repairs. But just 2 weeks ago, the big waves and those king tides knocked down one of its support pilings. The city has been working on several new design options. The entire cost of a new pier has not been determined just yet, but $8.4 million in state funding has been set aside for it. Some locals were hoping for a more immediate solution. Now they have concern over what's next.
That big piece of concrete across the top that looks like one piece is 3 pieces. And what happened was it broke in the middle. And I think that's why the pier piling failed.
And renderings for those new design options have been announced, but nothing has been decided. What some locals have been saying is that it doesn't match what OB represents. So they have concern of which design the city might choose. But as of right now, nothing has been decided other than state funding set aside for that pier. That's latest in Ocean Beach. I'm Regina Urita, CBS 8.
All right, ask you to take a quick look at your screen here this morning. This man right here, still on the loose after he was caught on security video breaking into a home in Carmel Valley. The owners of the home say this happened last Saturday, just before 6 p.m. No one was there at the time. The footage shows the guy trying a door handle. He then spots the camera, and he actually at one point comes up to the camera and waves at it before turning it away.
To me, he looked very confident, and he knew what he is doing, and he was not scared at all.
The owner says his methods were similar to the band of burglars known as the South American Theft Group. He stacked outdoor furniture, you see that right there, to climb to the second floor balcony and then broke the window to a door leading to the master bedroom. The family says the thief took small, valuable items like jewelry. You're asked to call police if you have any information.
Yeah, let's hope these people are found very quickly. Today, Chula Vista City staff giving a report to the City Council on the impacts people experiencing homelessness have on Industrial Boulevard. The City Council will then decide what to do about this issue. Last week, we found dozens of tents seen here lining that street located just a few blocks away from Harborside Park. The meeting about all this will be at 5 o'clock tonight. Next week, the Regional Task Force on Homelessness will hold its annual point-in-time count, and that's meant to figure out how many people are experiencing homelessness around San Diego County. Some leaders are concerned the count will show more seniors are living on our streets. Last year's count found 29% of people experiencing homelessness are age 55 and older. That's up from 25% in 2022. Organizers for the count say they need more volunteers coming up here on January 25th.
Mother Nature's blanket is out in full force here with those clouds kind of warming things up a little bit.
Tomorrow morning, it'll be even more dense with even a few sprinkles that we'll see out there. So may need the windshield wipers at times. Doesn't seem like there's going to be much. Accumulations are going to be minimal, if any at all. But just goes to show how active that cloud cover is now as we head through this week. What we've been talking about yesterday and today again is there's very little going on. Mild conditions, seasonal temperatures, a bit of cloud cover, but otherwise partly cloudy by each afternoon. So we've got to have something to mix things up a bit, and that's going to be that marine layer that is active along the entirety of the bight from Santa Barbara all the way down through Rosarito, through Baja California. Going to be a trend for today and tomorrow. Take a look at your temperatures out the door. Again, like Eric mentioned, a few degrees warmer than where we were at this time yesterday. Ramona was sub-freezing at this time yesterday. Now they're at 35 degrees. Alpine's at a nice 50 degrees to kick off the day. 47 for Carlsbad, 46 for Oceanside. Fallbrook is at 45 degrees. Now, as we head through the next several days, again, tomorrow's going to be that day where we start to see that chance of rain climb a bit, and that's because of a few sprinkles, maybe light drizzle that we'll run into associated with that enhanced marine layer. That chance dwindles for Thursday, Friday, and then climbs again as we approach the weekend. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and now Tuesday. It's a 4-day stretch out there where we expect daily opportunities for accumulating rain. Right now, our best opportunities are going to come as we go into Sunday and Monday in particular. You can see how on Saturday that chance is only at about 43%, leads us to believe that those showers will start up around Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Sunday will likely be a rainy day out there. Monday, those chances decline and continue to decline as we go into Tuesday. So over the next several days, today and Thursday are our standout days for warmer temperatures. Thursday is likely to be the warmest day of the week. Tomorrow, with that increase in cloud cover associated with that dense marine layer, well, that's what we're going to be allowing for. That's what's going to allow for these cooler temperatures to come into play. So we'll cool down by a few degrees into tomorrow afternoon, warm up again into Thursday, clouds build into Friday, temperatures fall, and they fall even more into the weekend as we see those showers start up in the PM hours on Saturday. Let's check in on traffic. It's 6:10 right now. So far, roads are looking pretty nice out there. We have been checking in on a lot of live looks out there that have been showing that most of our roads are encountering just a little bit of fog as we kick off the day. So that's mainly been the case along the 805. That was earlier the view that we had on one of our cameras here. But otherwise, you can see on our traffic maps here, road weather index indicating there is some fog out there. So just reduce your speeds. Volume starting to pick up out there on the northbound 805 and the 5 as usual this time of the morning. Let's check in on border wait times. Right now, 105 minutes. Yesterday, you were smooth sailing out there at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. It was only about a 30-minute wait. Now over about an hour 45. Otay Mesa Port of Entry is going to be about an hour 30 in total. It's 6:11 now. Here's what's coming up.
We know plastic packaging is everywhere. It's inside our cereal boxes, our fruits and veggies are wrapped in it. What kind of impact does this have on our health? That's coming up in this Earth 8 report.